More routing, baby. Alright. Alright. I need the handout. Today we're learning OSPF, or rather we're configuring OSPF. I hope you already learned OSPF. First of all, our network topology changed a little bit. Router 2 and Router 3 are now directly connected over gig 02 and gig 00. Let's just do that very quickly. So we've got gig 02 and gig 00. Excuse me. And we've got to configure these interfaces. So let's just put that on the left side. Scroll down a little bit. So we've got our, well, first of all, we've got our router. So we're going into the configure terminal. We are on router 3 right now, so int gigs 00. We're adding an IP address. IP add 10.3.3.2.255.255.255.252. Yes. Good. Same thing here. Except for gig 02, we're adding an IP address 10.3.3.1.255.255.255.252. So let's turn the ports on, and let's turn the ports on. So that was the easy part. Now I've got to configure all 3 of our routers, and I'm not sure how best do that. Well, I'm gonna swap these. This is annoying. So let's bring them all to X. To conf-t, and we have to configure the routers so the RIP is no longer active. Well, I'm gonna put that on the other screen here. Router RIP. Oh, did I select the right output for? Yes, I did. Okay. Well, not router RIP. No router RIP. Same thing here. No router by. No router RIP. And no router RIP. Not tip, RIP. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me today? Enable OSPF on each router and assign a router ID to each router in the following way. Router 1 is 10, blah, blah, blah. Well, router OSPF, and we say 1. There's probably like a command, like router ID, that we can use to set our router ID. We'll do that. Router OSPF 1, router, I mean, this should be enough. I don't want to type it out every time. Router OSPF area 1, or was it area process ID 1, router 33. Configure OSPF MD5 authentication on each router's GOO and GO2 interface with the password FHCW. Someone give me my cheat sheet. So networks. There we go. In router OSPF. Okay. Area 0. Authentication message digest. Let's copy that. And let's make it a Kate window, please. And then we've got a set IP OSPF in gig o IP OSPF message digest key 1 MD5 FHCW. Same thing on gig02. Hi, Kate, please. Thank you. It's not Kate's fault. I just don't know the shortcuts for Kate. Oh no. Don't press. Don't press Control C. Paste. 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 Cool. What's next? Advertise all of the headquarters and remote networks via OSPF. Cool. Use an area ID of 0. We'll do that. Well, that sounds annoying. So router 1. How do I best do that? I need all the things from Giga1, so I'm gonna... Yeah, okay. Ugh. Also, I don't know how to assign a network. I think it's just network and then the IP address and the wildcard mask and then the area 0. Okay. So, router OSPF 1 network. So, what networks does this machine have? 10.1.1.0 0.0.0.3 area 0 and also 10.2.2.0 and we have the network. Let's start somewhere where I can remember it, which is at 192.168.0.0, and we've got a subnet mask. Let's write that in a comment here of 255, 255, 255, 192. So our wildcard mask is 00063. Sounds about right. Then we've got the network. Let's stop confusing me and say area 0. Then we've got the network 64 and 128. And then it gets more complicated because we've got a fourth network which is 192, but the area mask should be 31, I think. The wildcard mask. And then we've got 224 with 15. If I'm not completely stupid. 192.27 and 224.28. Yeah, sounds about right. Cool. What else? Anything I can do here? Wildcard mask, blah blah blah. Configure each gig as a passive interface. I can do that right now. Passive interface, gig 01. Let's do one of these. Passive interface gig 01. Verify OSPF is running and root. Okay. That's for router 1. Router 2 and router 3 are a little bit different. First of all, router 2 has the 1.1 and the 3, that's an E, the 3.3 network, and router 2 also has, that's not what I wanted to do, it's Control K. Also has the 172 30 10 0 255 network. Passive interface gig 01. And same thing here. We've got the 3.3 network, and then we've got this awful network that I always forget what it's called. I shouldn't have deleted all of them. I think it's 209 something. With 255 here. And I've got to look it up. We've got 209.165.201. 165.201.0/24. Cool. And this is router 3, of course. Let's grab router 1's configuration here. And let's open all the router tabs. Router 1. And I'm gonna do this so I can access it, but it's not in the way. Router OSPF 1. Cool. Looks good. Router 2. Looks good. And router 3 lastly. Looks good. Neat. Configure each as a passive interface. Verify that they're not sent over it. Well, how the hell do we verify that? I can packet sniff. Oh shit. Show. Oh my god. Show IP OSPF interfaces. We've got our interfaces here. Okay, you guys are just like bullying me right now. Are you done? I think they're done. So gig 0 is up. Hello do and blah blah blah. Gig 02 is up. Hello do and blah blah blah. Then we've got the 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. And gig 01. OSPF not enabled on gigabit Ethernet 01. Okay, that's fair enough, you know. Didn't have to make that passive. But actually I do. Actually, we do have to make that passive. Otherwise, this is kind of, you know. Conft router OSPF 1. Paste. So these interfaces should now all be passive, I think. No hellos, passive interface. Cool. No hellos, passive interface. No hellos, passive interface. No hellos, passive interface. No hellos, passive interface. I want to see it on all of them, pretty please. Show IP OSPF interfaces. That's our active interfaces, and then we've got the passive interface. Cool. That makes me happy. And show IP OSPF passive, not passive interfaces, interfaces. Gigabit Ethernet 02 is active. Gigabit Ethernet 00 is active, and Gigabit Ethernet 01 has a passive interface. Cool. Verify that each. Okay. Show IP OSPF neighbors. These neighbors. That's neat. Oh my god. That's not what I intended to do at all. Paste. So if we're seeing our neighbors. Neat. With the correct router ID. We are. Yes. Use the ping command to verify the connectivity between PCs in different locations. I will not. I will be cooler than that. Because I'm cool like that. I don't use ping. Have you ever tried using ping? That's so boring. I'm using tracer, because look at this. I mean, you can do this with ping too, but you know, you can send packages and they're walking around and they're cool like that, and only I have the power. Use the ping command to verify connectivity between PCs in different locations, i.e. that each host in the headquarters except the management PC can reach each host in the remote locations and vice versa. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Like, these don't have default gateways. None of these have default gateways. We're not doing that. Use the trace. We don't need to use the trace route command because we just saw with our own eyes in the simulation mode, which is far superior to the trace route command. Oh my god, I broke my Word document. Oh my god. What did I do? Okay, change the OSPF metrics. All we're gonna do, simplified, we're gonna say this link here, from router 1 to router 3, costs a lot. And thus, we're gonna, well, first of all, apparently, we're gonna go into conft. Well, we're gonna go into Kate and say, hey, conft, oh my god, router OSPF 1, and then we have to say change the reference bandwidth on all routers to 10,000. I'm gonna check my cheat sheet. That's not what I need. Reference bandwidth. Autocost reference bandwidth 10,000. Neat. Why are you over here? You're supposed to be over here. Okay. Router OSPF. Autocost. And we have to set it on all of them. Because otherwise we're gonna be sad or something. Yep. Okay. And then we're gonna say int gig o gig02. Gig02. And then we're gonna say IP OSPF cost, and then we're gonna check verify the OSPF route from the headquarters to the remote location with the 209 network is routed over R3. Explain why this is the case. Well, it can't not be routed over R3. Well, okay. What they're saying is, when I make a package here, I already have a package here. When I'm going to simulation mode, I have this package here, and this package, for unknown reasons, is routed via R3, but it cannot. There's no other way to be routed because there's no other router connected to this network. So I am a little bit confused. That looks like an ARP request. So yeah, this will go via gig 0, 0, gig 00, down here, and you're gonna send an ARP request and tell him, hey, just try it again. And then he's gonna send it down there and send it back up, and I think that's what they meant, that it uses this link to route them. This routes over R3. It's right on the accumulated cost of the route. Well, the accumulated cost of the route. That's 10 here, goes down here, and 10 back again. So we have an accumulated cost of 20. I'm just gonna write it down. You can see I wrote it down. That's not what I intended to do. Change the OSPF cost on the gig 02 interface on R1 and R3 to 100. Okay. Oh my god. Trying to and gig change the of the gig 02 interface. Okay. Gig 02 and we have IP, oops, IP OSPF cost 100. And you're announcing yourself now, and are free, right? Change the OSPF cost on gig 02 on R1 and R3. Okay, and gig 02, and we are saying IP OSPF. What's cost again? I forgot it already. My god, it's literally called cost. How can I forget that? Okay, and they're now sending updates around, and we're all happy. Well, kinda, because when we ping now, this is gonna make a different route. The packet is coming down, it's going to this router, it's going down, it's going up, and it's gonna go. No, it shouldn't have done that. It absolutely shouldn't have done that. How do I reset the OSPF? How do I restart OSPF? Reload, no. Send, setup, show. Exit level automation. Connect, copy, delete, disable, disconnect, enable, erase. Reset functions clear. IP OSPF process 1. Process, yes. Okay. And clear IP OSPF process. What I'm doing here is restarting OSPF. Clear no. Clear IP OSPF process. Yes. Okay. They are now communicating with each other. When I send my package down here, it's just taking the same route. It shouldn't take this route. Because it should go via... That's gig 02. Wait, what? It should go via router 1. 2. Except if I made an error, which is not unlikely, let's be real, but I'm not sure where. Gig 02. IP OSPF cost 100. Okay, let's check out the IP show IP OSPF interfaces. And we've got cost 10, cost 100, and well, cost 100 because there is sub interfaces. Okay, you just sent in an ARP request and the package died, but it just routes via this router. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. So and this will work. Yeah. And this makes sense, but it doesn't make sense that the routers are just like, yeah, we'll eat the 100 cost here. Oh, now it works, obviously. Okay, so for I don't know why I just sent multiple requests and now it works. So what we're observing is if we send this package again, we're going via router 2 because this link is very expensive, and we're going back via router 2. So we're essentially saying, yeah, don't use this link if at all avoidable. Of course, if this router is suddenly down, it'll still use this link. But we've got a faster, lower cost route via router 2. Cool. Let's save that as lab. I don't know, like lab 5 or something. Cool. We've got that. I don't know what you're doing, but that's fine. Okay. Just want to say that this was the last lab. So next week for me, or for everyone, I don't know, is the exam. So yeah, we're done here. Hope these were helpful to someone. And I'll see you all around. Someone, maybe. Possibly. Eventually. See ya!